Roberts of Aurora Consulting. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Right, everyone. Well, it's true. We do have a full studio. You're being watched by our CPA.
Nice.
Kelly, why don't you tell us about Aurora Consulting?
Aurora Consulting is a business that I founded, which is a CFO consulting firm. I am a CPA, however, it's not a CPA firm. I do CFO consulting all the way from building infrastructure, accounting, and finance in a startup business to taking businesses that have recently been venture-backed to create board reporting materials and infrastructure, and then also CFO consulting for private equity and venture capital firms that don't have a full-time person on staff.
Those private equity firms are a lot different than private firms, so you have to have a certain degree of sophistication for filings, don't you?
Correct. Depending on the size of the firm. My past has been littered with education from Pricewaterhouse and subsequently 15 years as a CFO in venture capital and private equity.
PwC.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very nice. I was thinking if you were turning the PwC initials into that, but no, that's not pretty impressive. Pretty wild place.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No, I actually used to consult at PwC. I did a project for them many years ago.
And actually, just to pitch that
500
for them,
partners.
PwC is now bringing their network back in to do short-term projects for them. So if you are an alumni,
I don't know what they would call me.
They're starting to bring you back in.
I don't know what they would call me. I worked with partners in Europe after the merger.
Oh,
So,
Interesting
but
stuff.
American partners too. So very interesting. And let's go wind the clock back. Let's start with your career. How did you, how did you, get into this? And what's your background?
so my background being in tax and accounting at Pricewaterhouse and PricewaterhouseCoopers, leading up to private equity and venture. However, my experience was when funds were having a very difficult time being raised in that space. Firms weren't hiring full-time people for their
Right.
CFOs. They were actually trimming down their shops, their deal teams, and their finance function, and moving forward with, say, a controller or a senior accountant, which led me to develop my practice, which is taking a myriad of clients at any given time and providing my sophistication and financial experience 2-3 days a week, perhaps, or sometimes 5 days a week.
Now, I've known people in your business